The National Association of Social Workers, Massachusetts chapter, has been in the news lately. I'm here with Carol Trust, the Executive Director of the National Association of Social Workers, Massachusetts chapter, and I'm Joel Rothstein. Carol, tell me, what is this legislation that you were active in?
The law requires any agency that hires social workers, and now even human service workers, who are contracted with the state of Massachusetts to provide training to all their workers on how to keep safe. And the legislation actually goes further than just social workers. Anybody who's hired by these agencies, that means the receptionist, the janitor, volunteers who come in, they must be trained about how to keep themselves safe, not only themselves, but their clients as well.
How did the movement start up?
It came about from a rather tragic event. A social worker, a member of NASW, was killed on a home visit when she was visiting a client that she had had a long-term relationship with. Out of this particular tragedy, we felt we needed to do whatever we could to improve the safety of social workers in the workplace, whether it was in their office, or whether it was in a parking lot where they might meet a client, or in a home visit.
This legislation that was put together is very powerful. It's a first for the state, first for, it sounds like, for the country, to the scope that's going to be happening. Can you go through the process of when the process started and what the process was to actually get this legislation in motion?
The legislative process follows a certain step-by-step method. First, we, the Massachusetts chapter of NASW, filed the bill. We had to go around and look for a sponsor to file it, and we found two wonderful sponsors. One of them, the Arlington audience may know, Sean Gabali, the representative for Arlington, and the other was a Senator Sal Domenico. We have to file a sponsor. Then we draft the legislation, and then the legislation is filed by Sean or Sal. In this case, it was filed by Sean or Sal. And then it goes through a process of being heard. The committee that hears it makes a public announcement. We're now going to hear this on this bill. People who are for it and against it come and talk about it. And then after that hearing, that's where the hard work starts. And that's where Representative Garbally and Senator Sal Domenico really did a fabulous job. They talked to each one of their colleagues to say how important this was, and we want you to vote for it when it comes up for a vote.
Your peers have given you an award of the 2013 Outstanding Executive Director of the National Association of Social Workers. So congratulations for that.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, that was so neat.
Well, Carol, we really appreciate your visit with us right now. The information you gave us is extremely helpful, informative, and I thank you very much for joining us on our show.
You are most welcome.
I'm Joel Rothstein with Arlington Public News with Carol Trust.